Best time to enter the breachway would be on an incoming tide. And the reason for an incoming tide is that while the current is running into the breachway, the waves are also running into the breachway, and you're basically having all that energy dissipate. If it's a calm day, that's fine, no problem. Like your average day in the summer, what you want to do is approach it directly a straight on position. You want to be able to look down the mouth of the breachway to know that there's not another boat coming out. If there is another boat coming out, they have the right of way. What you want to do is pick a wave, and if there is a wave, and stay on the back of it. Don't go over the front of it. If you go over the front of it, you're no longer a boat, you're a surfboard. The speed you want to go at when you're coming through the breachway, whether it's in or out, you want to go at cruise. That's once you get your planing boat up on plane, the slowest speed you can maintain that planing position. That is where you want to be when entering and exiting the breachway. And that gives you the momentum you need. So if there is a big wave present, ride the back end. If it is an outgoing tide and you did choose to go in and out of there at outgoing tide, it's not the end of the world. We do it constantly, but just be aware that sometimes there's some kind of almost standing waves even inside the mouth of the breachway right at the end, and it's not so much the height of the wave, but it's the dip of the current that it creates there. And for smaller boats that have less of a bow, that can be a problem. Once we're inside the breachway, the nice part is it's nice and deep when you first come in there. You can come in there nice and straight. You take a deep breath, you're in a beautiful pond. It wasn't so bad after all. You want to keep going straight. You're going to see a couple markers. You're going to see a red nun and a green nun. As you're approaching them, just remember the old saying, you know, red right return. As you're coming out of that initial leg of the breachway, you want to bear left to your port, go through those 5 or 6 nuns that are floating there, and as you're coming through there, it's a straight shot across the flats. That's probably your most shallow area of the entire channel and breachway. You want to keep your motors tilted up, going slow, basically just a tad bit above idle, so your motors are not starting to push your transom down. We're getting across that straightaway section across the flats. Then you're going to get to the east wall of the channel. That's going to be one of your deepest points, a nice easy place to motor. And then your next target's going to be your barge. The barge is going to be indicated by a hazard float. It's going to be a white float with an orange diamond on it, and there's also going to be a port and starboard red and green can there. After you pass that area where the barge is, you want to come off to your starboard, and really it's a straightaway into the pond. There's a little bit of a dog leg to the left, but if you're staying on your correct side of your markers, you're telling yourself red right return, you're gonna make it out fine there. You make your turn to the west and you'll see a couple new markers that are actually no wake markers. And once you're past those, you're gonna pass that last duck blind, and then it's wide open and you're good to go, and you can enjoy the rest of the pond. If you're at all concerned about running the channel and the breachway, reach out to the sales department here at Ocean House Marina. One of us would be happy to read the tide table, double check the swell forecast, and make sure that you're going through the breachway and channel at the safest time that you could schedule and plan to.